At Premier Heating and Air, we wake up every day with one goal in mind, and that's serving Middle Georgia with the fastest, friendliest service available. Experience a Premier difference. Do you need faster response getting your AC fixed or replaced? Then call Premier. Since 2001, Premier has been providing the fastest response on incredible AC, indoor air quality, and commercial services. Our work ethic and service has been the key to our success. The difference is clear. Call Premier. Now breathe easy with perfectly time saving on a new AC system. Free estimate and up to $2,000 in rebates. So you'll beat the heat in total comfort all summer long. Log on to dublin.premierishere.com. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company. Offer ends June 30th, 2023.
Hello folks, welcome to the Vinson Voice, a weekly program where we tell you what's happening here at the Dublin VA Medical Center in beautiful Dublin in Lawrence County, Georgia. I'm your host, Dr. Frank Jordan. And today we've got one of our pharmacists with us, Dr. Kristina Woods. And Dr. Woods is going to tell us a little bit about Dublin Pharmacy. What do we do, Doc?
So here at the Dublin VA in the pharmacy, we service both our outpatient and inpatient veterans. My specialty is operations, and so I'm going to talk to you today more about the inpatient side, more about the outpatient side than the inpatient side.
And I kid people and say we're the biggest drug pusher in the world, the VA, because we dispense more medications than anybody that I know of. I mean, it's a big job, right?
We do. We process up to 2,000 prescriptions a day for outpatient services.
And that's just for us, so you can imagine what it's like across the VA. That's huge.
Yes, sir.
And we used to have, way back a long time ago, VA had one of the worst med-error rates in the world. I mean, it was really bad. And then we did some things that said to change it up and focus on process and program. Now we have the very best processes in the world. There's no question about it. And that's partly because, or at least partly because, of the fantastic job you guys do in the pharmacy.
Well,
so
thank you.
And I know another thing you guys just did that was just really cool, y'all been doing for a while, you have a pharmacy residency program. So y'all kind of bring people in from the start before they even get finished with their education. How does that work out for you guys?
So we actually have pharmacy tech students as well, and so we have probably anywhere between 6 to 10 to come through. And we have pharmacy students as well. And you were speaking about the residency program, and we have actually 3 residents. We have 2, which we call first year PGY1, and we have a third one that is in psychiatry.
Wow, that's cool. And a lot of those folks will stay with us after the fact.
We have about a 90% retention rate.
That is cool. That tells you something about working for the pharmacy here in the VA. So tell me something about how Kristina Woods got into pharmacy. I'm always fascinated. What makes you want to be a pharmacist, you know?
I guess what led me to pharmacy was I was always interested in healthcare, but I was kind of squeamish when it came to the nursing and physician side, and so I decided I would just handle medications.
That's cool, yeah. I was a cop for 21 years, and I've seen a lot of interesting stuff, to say the least, but I got to admit, when it comes to the healthcare thing, the idea of actually having to be responsible for dealing with that kind of stuff kind of made me a little squeamish too. So I guess it's easier when you're looking at it, you know. So tell us a little bit about your operations though. How do you, because I'm not kidding, this is a big operation for our pharmacy. How does it work? I mean, how do you guys set it up so you know you're getting that exact medication to that exact veteran right on down the line? Because you guys have, I mean, it's just like a well-oiled machine. It almost never goes wrong, right?
So a lot of it is due to technology. We use a lot of barcode scanning. My pharmacists are highly specialized in catching errors. That's kind of what our job entails.
Right.
I'll take a minute just to brag on my outpatient staff.
Absolutely.
We have about a window wait time of about 12 to 14 minutes. And if any of you have filled on the outside, you know that's pretty remarkable.
You don't get that anywhere else.
So once we receive the prescription, within 12 to 14 minutes, the veteran is walking out the door with their prescription.
That's amazing, because you're right, you know, and that's not bashing any other pharmacies anywhere, but that's good, 12 to 14 minutes. Yeah. So another thing, you guys have really good customer service now. Tell me a little bit about that, because that can't be an accident. I tell people, when your customer service is as high as yours here at the Dublin VA, that's not an accident.
So we actually have, I'll take a minute to talk about, we have two individuals that sit out front and are available to veterans just as they walk up. We have a pharmacist whose name is Mark Dasher, and we also have a technician whose name is Aaron Clemens, and they're there between 8 and 4:30 in outpatient pharmacy. No appointment needed. You just can walk right up and have your questions answered.
And that's brilliant, because that catching them right at the start, that immediate contact, that front-facing immediate interaction with them is so important. So you guys have people hired just to do that.
Yes, that's their job, is customer service.
And see, that's brilliant. That's just brilliant. That's the way it should be. Yeah.
And they will jump in and do other things if there's no veterans to service, but their main job is to field questions from veterans.
And see, people seem happy in your pharmacy. I can't, being a layperson not doing it, I can't imagine counting pills and tracking pills all day would be especially exciting. But you guys seem to be really serious about your jobs, and you seem to be happy down there. What do you think causes that?
There's different things we do, and so you're not sitting in the same position every day. So most of my staff rotates around, so you never know what's going to hit you.
See, now you hit on something. I teach leadership here at the medical center every week. For years, I've taught a leadership class, and one of the things I tell leaders is you have got to mix it up, because I don't care how much somebody enjoys their job, they get bored. Especially smart people, they'll get bored. You got to find ways to mix it. So that's fascinating you said that, because you got to find ways to get them up out of that chair and go do something else for a little while. That's good stuff.
Do.
So
they
sounds like
around.
A lot of good leadership down there in the pharmacy, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and Dr. Laura Miller, our chief pharmacist, she doesn't put up with any nonsense anyway.
She's the best.
Yeah,
She's
I
pretty
keep
much
hearing
the
that.
best.
I keep hearing Laura's the best. Yeah, she's been down there many years, and I remember when she got that job, and she was very serious about processes and customer service and making it like a well-oiled machine. And I think that shows in what you guys do. So what does it take to be a pharmacist? Now, I know back in the day you could actually be a pharmacist, but you didn't have to have a doctorate. But I think now they've switched it. You have to have the PharmD now.
So all of the colleges and universities in the United States decided to swap over to the doctorate program. So we're all, if you graduated past probably 1998, then you have a doctorate degree.
Yeah,
but now we do still have some that were grandfathered in.
Yeah, because I remember I've got some friends that work for you guys, and they didn't actually get the doctorate, but they were actually pharmacists. That's cool. That's cool. And we got some of our pharmacists down there work really hard. Cole, how do you say Cole's last name? Fragapane, okay. Cole still works other places. He just can't get enough, can he?
Yeah. We have several pharmacists that moonlight at local pharmacies and chains.
It's a rewarding job, and it's still, I track, I have one of my habits is I'm interested in what jobs are up and coming, what jobs are going to last into the future, that kind of thing, especially with AI coming along and that kind of stuff. And one of the jobs that keeps coming up is pharmacy. Pharmacists are definitely secure for the future. What do you see for the future of VA pharmacy, though? Anything on the horizon we might look out for?
Just kind of expanding our services and operating at the top of our license. We do have an entire group of pharmacists that actually see patients here at the VA.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not under my direct supervision, but they take the load off of the providers, because we do know all the providers have a real heavy load. So we have a whole group of pharmacists that specialize in a certain, say, you can't get your diabetes under control, and so you go see the pharmacist, and they concentrate on just your diabetes.
Yeah, and we get a lot of compliments on our pharmacists that interact with the patients. They're really impressed with them. They obviously take their job seriously.
Yeah, and they're able to concentrate on one disease state, and so that's helpful as well.
Oh yeah, okay. So, you going to stay with us for another 40 years, Doc?
Maybe not 40, but
20. 20 more. Okay. Well, Doc, we're glad to have you, and I want to say a huge thank you, not just your dedication, but the whole Dublin Pharmacy team. I've watched that team for many years, and I'm telling you, they take their business seriously, and the VA takes prescription drugs seriously. And don't forget, you can track your prescriptions on My Healthy Vet. So, Doc, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have you back another time.
Thank you.
Badcock Home Furniture and More is your home store, where you'll find great savings on new living room sets, sofas, love seats, recliners, and more. Badcock Home Furniture and More has great savings every day on bedding and bedroom sets. Shop Badcock Home Furniture and More for a great selection of dining room sets. And save every day on electronics and appliances at Badcock Home Furniture and More, 1927 Highway 441 South in Dublin. Call 275-3144 for more information, or stop by and see Wendy and Tim Sumner or any of their friendly staff today at Badcock and More Home Furniture Store, where no credit is ever refused.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Welcome back to the Vinson Voice. Folks, now I want to talk to a good friend of mine, Mr. Anthony Brown. We call him Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Bubba. And Bubba's been here. Yeah, he used to work for me when I was chief of police here, and he was as dependable as the day is long. He was one of those guys you'd like having around. And of course, he's moved around quite a bit in the medical center because he's upwardly mobile, career motivated, wants to try different things. I can't remember where you have been, Bubba. It's been, I know it's in mental health for a while, and you were in peer support, and now you have become one of our patient advocates.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. And so, U.S. Army veteran.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. When were you in the Army, buddy?
From 1989 to 1992, active service, and then I went to the Army National Guard and retired in the Army National Guard.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
And you did you worked for the Department of Corrections for a while too, though.
Yes, sir. I did 15 years with the Department of Corrections. Yes.
And I think you were actually on the team that was looking for Eric Rudolph, the Olympic
I
bomber.
was. I had that experience to go out there and look for Eric Rudolph.
He hid for good for a while, but he got tired of eating trash cans.
Yes, sir. We someone's finally located.
He wanted a big bag.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He probably got one too.
Yes,
well, Bubba, so now you move on to patient advocacy, and I like to talk about patient advocacy because I think a lot of our veterans and their families don't realize we actually hire people if you have any difficulty. It's a big system. We know that it's not going to operate perfectly every time, or at least not to how you might like it to work, or maybe, unfortunately, sometimes our folks might not explain themselves well enough to get you to understand what's going on. And so we actually hire people called patient advocates, and they're here to represent the patient to the system. Is that a good way to say it?
Yes, that is. We're here to represent the veteran as well as the family member, help them with resolutions that they can't solve on their own. Right. So they can always feel free to contact the patient advocate for any type of VA healthcare needs that they may need.
So what makes you want to be a patient advocate? Now, I like the fact that you have to wear a tie every day now. I like that.
Yes, sir. I like.
I told you the rest of your career you don't get a goat out of tie. I don't care where you work.
Yes, sir. I like the fact of wearing a tie. But like you said, all the the careers I done had from corrections to peer support specialist, VA police officer, and now patient advocate. I feel like having a rapport with all the people that I've had, whether it be in the military or the other careers that I've had, it's easier to help the resolution of helping these veterans and their family members out with many issues that they may have.
Yeah, and I think you have a huge advantage. I know having been in the military, I know it gives me an advantage trying to help the veterans because you you got a way of immediately establishing common ground, establishing rapport with them because you both served.
Right.
And you can use that experience as a way to kind of immediately, because what you're trying to do as an advocate really, and you know this, I'm sure it was the same with peer support, and you knew it as a police officer, and you were really good at it.
Appreciate it.
Establish that friendship immediately, that relationship right off the bat, try to solve it.
Yes, the friendship goes a long way within the rapport that you able to connect when you talk to a veteran or the family member, or just the good customer service that we have done over the years. Thanks to you, you always harped on customer service, and I still have a lot of that in me today to get me where I'm at today. Customer service goes a long ways when you're talking to the veterans and the family member, and seeing that smile when they get a situation or concerns resolute. It goes a long way.
Smile sells, man.
Yes,
I'll tell you, people know that says I'm approachable, and they know we're going to mess up. They know any system fails eventually.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
It's that service recovery part. You know, you got to be willing to admit that, hey, we messed this up, or we're wrong, or it could have been better for you. And now we're gonna take this opportunity to own it and change it. So, Yeah, so
Yes.
and a lot of the cases you guys work in patient advocacy are pretty complex, right? That's
Yes.
another reason you're doing.
Yes, that's a lot of cases are complex, and that's why some take a little longer than others. But the main thing is being patient, and so we can get to a resolution for that veteran or that family member.
Yeah, but you guys got a quick turnaround. I think.
Yes, it's a quick turnaround. Sometimes we get a concern or a case, and it's a quick turnaround. We might get it done in 5 to 6 or lesser. We do have a good, quick turnaround rate.
I like it. It's kind of, in a way, it's kind of like being a police officer back, because you think about it, because when we were police officers, we got people didn't know where else to go. They came to us a lot of times.
Right.
And so we had to be creative and trying to at least know people we could connect with.
That's right.
And that's really what being an advocate's about, isn't it? As much as anything, knowing how to collaborate, reach out.
And that's what we was talking about, like you mentioned earlier, the collaboration that you have with, and like you said, the rapport with a lot of employees and staff members around here. You can get that situation resolved quicker, just like you were saying.
Yeah, and I used to manage advocates, and I know I would carry a caseload too, just to help out and kind of see what you guys did down there.
Yes.
And I know a lot of times it's just listening to the
Yes.
person. They may not get any different answers they already got,
True.
but at least they feel like they've been heard.
True. I think sometimes just taking the time out to listen to the veteran or their family member, it goes a long ways, and you can tell in the voice and the smile that they get from just talking to you. And that's what we down there to do, make sure to serve the veterans and their family member and make sure they have that smile and get to the resolution that they need in life.
Yeah, and I know you want to, I tell people when I teach customer service, the big thing is don't treat people like widgets. This is a unique human being in front of you with unique needs. This is the only Sergeant Jim Smith that served in Vietnam and did these things. And our veterans deserve much better than being treated like they're in a system. It needs to be an experience for them.
That's right.
That's why you guys actually work for the Veterans Experience Officer now.
Yes.
So we have a whole service dedicated to the experience, just like Disney World, Mayo Clinic, Southwest Airlines. It's all about the experience.
Yes, the very experienced officer. It goes a long way. She takes care of us, and she takes care of the veteran as well as we do. And as a team, as the patient advocate, that experience goes a long way. So you might not be able to talk to me, but you might be able to talk to Mr. Jeff Worthen, Pam Kicklighter, also as well as Miss Yvonne Cover. So a teamwork and customer service goes a long way in this department.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And so you've been in it a little while now. How long? About 6 months?
Yes, about 6 months.
About 6 months.
What
do you think so far? Is it everything
I love
you wanted?
it. I love it. It's everything that I wanted to be. And it's a learning process. But but the main thing is the customer service and the smile that the veteran and their family gets once they come into our office.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
At least got to be a lot of variety in patient advocacy, because you're constantly having everybody that walks in the door has got a different situation, right?
That's true. You don't know that the thing about the patient advocacy, you don't know what situation you're going to come about when you come. It could be just a quick fix. Sometimes it take a little longer, but hey, make sure the veteran come in and they got that smile, say, hey, thank you, Mr. Brian, for just listening to me.
That's right.
Thank you for helping me out with this situation. It goes a long way.
Yeah, because a lot of times it diffuses it because they're upset with this VA person.
It does.
They come in and you become an advocate for them.
That's right.
And now they feel like they got a friend.
That's true. That's what the patient advocacy is all about. With that customer service and on the moment stuff, and the patient advocacy all goes together.
On the moment, that's such a powerful concept.
It is.
That's our theme here at the VA. On the moment, make sure you take control. And I told you guys when we were police officers that everybody's a customer service representative.
You
everybody, and that's the same for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Got to be sure. Well, Bubba, we appreciate you coming on the show.
That.
Congrats on the new job.
Thank you.
And we want you to stay with it.
Yes, sir.
Stay with it another 30, 40 years for us, please.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have you back on the show.
All right. Thank you.
Folks, we'll be right back with more Vinson Voice.
All right. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at W. Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From Moen to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At W. Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Father's Day is just around the corner. Better hurry to Roach Farm and Garden. It's Father's Day and I know what Dad wants. A Bayou Classic, griddle, new grill, or smoker, in that order. Tired of seeing Dad in holey clothes and boots? Roach Farm and Garden has a great Carhartt and Georgia boot selection. It's Father's Day and a new knife or flashlight never disappoints. Get to Roach Farm and Garden today. Does your dad hunt? Pick up some deer feed, corn, or salt blocks, or even trophy rocks. There's something for everyone at Roach Farm and Garden. 2 locations, Dublin and Wrightsville.
Welcome back, folks. Now on the segment, you know I always like to have a whole health segment. And whole health, for those who are maybe new to the show or just don't remember, whole health is our idea. It's based on holistic medicine, holistic care. And the idea is it's not just episodes of care. You don't just come, if you're one of our veterans, you don't just come here one time, deal with an acute issue, and then we don't see you again or think about you again. It's about a relationship, and that means every aspect of your care. That's talking about the actual health care you get if you have a problem, your diet, your exercise, anything that contributes to the quality of your life and your health. That's what we're talking about, whole health. And so there are a lot of things that our whole health service line does to address that. And so today we got Miss Tina Jones, one of our LPNs from Whole Health, who's working on her registered nurse degree already. I'm messing with her because she didn't want to talk about it right now. But we got Tina here, and Tina's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on in whole health these days. Tina, what's over there? What? Let's do it this way. Okay. There's a lot going on in whole health, but what interests Tina Jones in whole health? What's get you excited over
Everything about whole health excites me because we're doing complimentary services to our veterans. We do things that help them to relax. We're actually doing arts and crafts. Oh, that's neat. That is really building up because we have a lot of veterans that like to relax a little bit. And we send different supplies out to them so that they can do it virtually. Oh, okay. And we get a chance to talk about it and, just reflect on what we did. There's also another interesting group that is being formed now. It's called our short story. And we send out the packets to one of the coaches, send out the packets for the short story. They read, the veterans read over, and then they come back and they discuss it. Mm-hmm. Also, another good one is we have the Men Straight Talk. And I had a chance to kind of
now that sounds juicy.
Lean in on it a little bit.
Men Straight Talk. Tell us about that.
And we had some candid conversation. It was coming up to Mother's Day, and the men had their point of view, and we was like, no. Right. But anyway, those are some really interesting groups that we offer through whole health, and then of course we have our educational part of it. With all our nurses, we talk about ways to help lower your blood pressure, your help with diabetes. We even do tobacco cessation. We got a whole lot of stuff going on. So
that is cool. Now I'd love to be a fly on the wall for the Men Straight Talk. What's that all
and
about?
that's run by Chris Park.
Okay, Mr. Park. Yeah, we know Chris. He's been on the show before.
And it's really candid conversations that the men have. So
but it makes sense, because what we're trying to say at VA is every veteran's experience is different.
Right.
And every veteran is a member of often multiple different groups. So we have women's health needs that need to be addressed. Now we're looking at some of the things the men themselves might need. We've got transgender veterans who need help. And of course, it's LGBTQ plus Pride Month. And we do everything. Every veteran counts at the VA Pride Counts. And we're trying to look at every veteran uniquely and address their needs. And so the cool thing about whole health is all evidence-based. A lot of the stuff you guys do used to be people kind of roll their eyes like, okay, Tai Chi, really? Right. Mindfulness, okay. Yeah. But it's all evidence-based. It shows, even something as simple as doing arts and crafts, we know that lowers the blood pressure. Yeah. It gets people, it is a mindfulness activity, really. Yeah. It is. And now you said the short story thing. Now tell me a little more about that. That sounded kind of cool.
Now the short story is run by one of the coaches, Anika Kinsey. Okay. And she sends this different short story out, and they read. She send it to the veterans. They come back and they talk about, you know, how do you feel on this point, or what did you think about it?
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody got their own opinion about what they feel and how they felt. So they come back and they have conversations about it.
So kind of like a little discussion group, almost like a book club. If it was. Okay,
Right,
I got
it
you, I
is.
got you.
And also for our women, not only, you know, they got the straight talk for men, but we also have Women Journey, and that's with Shanti Coleman.
Okay.
And every year they do a little banquet for all of the veteran women that they set it up real nice, and they have a little award banquet for those women. And
That's neat.
of course, the mindful moment.
Yeah.
I do it every morning. I try to do it every morning.
Yeah.
It is very relaxing. So we do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and if you don't know what Tina's talking about,
Yeah,
or
mindful
it's
moment.
mindful. We call it a mindful moment. It's every morning at 8:15. Our whole health folks lead our staff in a very quick 10 to 15 minutes
Right.
mindfulness moment. And this is where really a lot of people think mindfulness, Tina, is about zoning out, almost going to sleep.
Right.
That's not what it's about at all. It's about being present,
it
getting
just-
the monkey mind calmed down, and getting all that
Calm
other stuff out of your mind, because now we're so bombarded with
Right.
information in the modern age that it can be hard to concentrate. It's really affecting our health, because we're staying, when we attend to that information, we stay revved up all the time, our
Right.
physiological pride. And so mindfulness teaches you to say, hey, slow down for 10 minutes a day and calm down and just focus on this right now. And it turns out it lowers your blood pressure and your other stuff. And so it has
does.
real world health effects. It's really cool
Yeah,
stuff.
it does.
And you guys do drum circles.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I think one of the cool things about whole health is you're involved in so much outside of actual whole health,
Right.
because any event that goes on, you can bet somebody from your area is going to be involved.
Exactly, because, you know, whatever activities they're hosting, most of the time, our manager, Rosa, we try to get acupressure in. Now we're doing acupuncture for our veterans.
Battlefield acupressure.
The acupressure and the acupuncture.
Got a massage chairs in there.
Of course, we still do the vaccines.
Yeah.
We've expanded.
yeah.
We've expanded that a little bit more. We're giving more vaccines in through whole health.
I know you get flu, COVID, and shingles. I know. Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all need to get that shingle shot now. You get up there after 50, I'm telling you, you want that shingle shot. If
So
you ever
we
had
doing-
shingles, you don't want nothing to do with it again.
So we just doing a whole lot of different
cool.
things. So y'all come on and check
Y'all
us
just
out.
like a box of chocolates over there in whole health. Y'all
Yeah.
yeah.
Just come on and check us out.
I tell you, we did recently. We did a women's veteran spa day up here through a women's health, and y'all were
Yes.
deeply involved with that.
Right.
And one of the things they did was sound bathing, which I
Oh,
was
yeah.
kind of familiar with, but
Yeah.
I looked in on it, and it's
Yeah.
fascinating how it goes. They kind of lowered the lights and had different ambient sounds, and it's another way to relax. And I think that's the key. It's all about relaxation.
Right.
We got to teach people to relax. Just, the people that sit on their porch for 30 minutes a day, or take that walk for 10 or 15 minutes. They're doing that for some people. Video games, stuff like that, believe it or not, is a mindfulness activity for some folks. The whole idea is to get away from all this cacophony of stuff that's assailing your brain every day and relax a little bit. So you guys are doing wonderful work in whole health, Tina. I really appreciate it. And go back and tell your teammates there's somebody going to be on this show every week, because I like to talk about whole health. All right. Well, Tina, thank you for what you're doing. Let me know when you get that RN now. Okay. I want to know about that.
All right.
I want to brag with you on that.
Okay.
All right, buddy. We'll be right back with more Vinson Voice.
The weather's heating up here in Middle Georgia, and the deals are hot at Dublin Nissan. So when you come in, look for the red tag specials like this Nissan Altima or the new restyled 2024 Frontier. So come into Dublin Nissan during our red tag sale and take advantage of 0% financing or up to $10,000 savings off of MSRP.
At Dublin Nissan, get rates as low as 0% for 36 months on the Pathfinder.
And remember, Don sells Nissans well, only at Dublin Nissan.
Hi, I'm Perry Williamson, and we've been baking here at Williamson's Bakery since 1927. In 1965, my grandfather, Merle Williamson, hung our name on this bakery. Ever since then, people have been stopping in for the Williamson's tradition. We invite you to do the same here at 1634 Veterans Boulevard, or catch us on Facebook, or just come get you some.
Welcome back to the show, folks. I always like to close out by letting you know a few things. First of all, get on our Facebook page. That's at Dublin VA Medical Center. Like what you see, share that information. The more you share, the more likely you are to catch a veteran with it. May need to know what's going on. We put on the latest and greatest from the big VA and what's going on here in Dublin, our events and that kind of stuff. And something about our events, folks, most of our events are almost always open public events. now that we're out of COVID, we want you to come see how your tax dollars are being spent. We need you to see how the VA is caring for America's heroes. So come out here and join us. You see things like our Summer Vet Fest coming up on June 29th. It's going to be a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have information about the PACT Act, which is very important, and we'll have our Veterans Benefits Administration VBA friends here to actually take claims. And if you're a veteran, you can check up on existing claims. Doesn't have to be the PACT Act. But the big thing is, along with that, we're going to have a car show. We're going to have a lot of food, a lot of games. We're going to have some big hitters. We've got a young lady coming who was a contestant on The Voice and another from American Idol. So check that out. Got all that information on Facebook. So you're welcome to come out and have a good time. You don't have to be a veteran or a family member of a veteran. Come on out. Also, don't forget it's PTSD Awareness Month. And this is a big thing for our veterans. So if you know a veteran who may be affected, let them know there's help here at the VA. We got tons of material out there. You can Google it, or again, just follow us on our Facebook page and you'll see it. I always like to tell my veterans, get on My Healthy Vet. This is a one-page computer screen for you to do anything you want to. You can track your appointments, the results from appointments, your meds, whatever. So check that out too. And again, we hope you'll join us on the show every week, folks, because this is important information. We want you to know what we do for the veterans, and we want you to share that information with them, because even though we care for about 50,000 veterans in Middle and South Georgia, we've got about another 150,000 who aren't getting the benefits they need, and it's very important to us that they come in and file for those benefits. So we hope you'll watch the show, share it with other people, and if you miss it, check it out on YouTube. Our producer, Kevin Gibson, gets it on there pretty regularly, so you can see going back years. So folks, we hope you'll join us again next week and every week for the Vinson Voice. Till then, I'm Dr. Frank Jordan, and we hope to see you then.